Ladies and gentlemen, behind every act of betrayal lies a question that shakes the soul, not just why it happened, but what hidden need or silent wound made it possible. Cheating is not born in a single night, it is born in the quiet spaces of neglect, longing, and unspoken pain. Cheating is often about unmet needs, not just desire, and many partners cheat because they feel unseen, unheard, or unvalued. Behind every act of betrayal, there is usually a quiet storm that has been building for a long time. Human psychology teaches us that people are wired for connection and recognition. When those needs are neglected, the mind begins to search for another source of validation. A partner who feels invisible may not crave passion first, but rather the simple feeling of being noticed and appreciated. That hunger can slowly grow until it becomes powerful enough to cross boundaries that once seemed unbreakable. The mind does not always act with logic in these moments. The emotional brain overpowers reason, whispering promises of comfort and escape. Psychology calls this cognitive dissonance, the ability to hold two conflicting realities at once. A person can love their partner deeply and still betray them because the part of them that longs for attention feels stronger in that moment than the part that values loyalty. It is not always about lust or thrill, it is often about filling a silent emptiness. Cheating also reveals how human beings are drawn to novelty. The brain releases dopamine when something feels new and exciting, and that surge can trick a person into believing they have found something more real than what they already have. In truth, it is not always love they chase, but the high of being desired again. This is why betrayal is so devastating. It is not only the body that strays, but the heart searching for what it feels it has lost. To understand cheating, we must look beyond the act itself and see the unmet needs, the emotional wounds, and the fragile human longing for love, recognition, and worth. Emotional wounds and insecurities drive betrayal, and unresolved trauma, low self-worth, or fear of intimacy can push people to seek validation outside. When someone carries pain from the past, it does not vanish just because they fall in love. Human psychology shows us that old scars often shape the choices we make in the present. A person who grew up feeling abandoned may live with an inner fear that love will always leave. Another who never felt good enough may constantly search for proof that they are worthy. These invisible battles can become powerful forces that lead someone into the arms of another, even while they claim to love the one at home. The human heart craves reassurance, and when it does not find it within it, looks out. Validation from a stranger can feel intoxicating because it soothes the ache of self-doubt. For a moment, the attention of another convinces them they are attractive. They are valued, they are safe. But psychology teaches us that this comfort is often short-lived. The cycle repeats because the root wound remains untouched. Instead of facing their fears, some choose the temporary escape of secrecy and betrayal. Fear of intimacy also plays a role. Some people long for closeness yet run from it at the same time. When a relationship grows too deep, it triggers the hidden belief that vulnerability means danger. To protect themselves, they sabotage love before it can abandon them. Cheating becomes a shield, a way of controlling the pain before it controls them. This is why betrayal feels so tragic. It is not always about passion, but about unhealed wounds. To truly understand why people cheat, we must see the brokenness beneath the surface and recognize that the search for love outside often begins with the battle inside. Temptation is amplified in a hyper-connected world, and small interactions like a text or a glance can spark illusions of closeness that bypass real commitment. Yet even in this darkness, there can be a path forward if both partners are willing to walk it with bravery. Healing is not a single moment, but a long process. It demands honesty from the one who betrayed and vulnerability from the one who was hurt. Every conversation becomes a test of patience, and every day is a chance to rebuild what was shattered. The mind naturally resists pain by avoiding it, yet avoidance only keeps wounds open. True recovery begins when both partners decide to face the discomfort and speak the unspoken truths. Psychology teaches that trust is rebuilt through consistency. Small daily actions matter more than grand gestures. A partner who shows up, who listens without defensiveness, who keeps promises no matter how small, gradually proves that change is real. The betrayed partner, too, must find the courage to process anger and grief. without letting it define the future forever. Healing also means rediscovering intimacy not only in physical closeness but in emotional safety. When partners share their fears, their hopes, and even their shame without judgment, they begin to write a new story together. The pain may never fully disappear, but it can transform into wisdom and deeper connection. In the end, healing after betrayal is proof that love is not just a feeling, it is a choice renewed every single day. In the end, betrayal is not only about broken trust, it is about broken connection. When we dare to face the silence with honesty and courage, we give love the chance to heal. Yeah, cheating may expose the cracks, but it also reminds us that real love is not fragile when it is nurtured with truth, effort, and the daily choice to stay.